Hey, hey everybody. Welcome to Talk Comics to Me Time. It's the comic book Bone Zone. I did look at it. I counted. We've done 11 of them, at least.
So it's 12?
So this one is 12.
When I was coming in this room earlier before we started recording or talking to each other, I was like, it's Bone Zone number 12. And I just knew it. I just had I knew it.
Yeah, so
Mother's
welcome.
intuition.
So yeah, it's the Bone Zone, comic book Bone Zone number 12. This is a thing where we talk about new comics and we do whatever the fuck we want because why not? I'm Champ Champenstein.
I'm Heather Hadfield.
I'm talking like oddly into my microphone, like I can't just like hang
Mine
out
isn't even
back.
connected anymore, so I can't bring it over. I don't know
You
where it
can't
went.
can't even look like you're using a microphone.
Oh, it's on the ground.
So yeah, that's all I got for an intro.
That's it. I'm gonna go close this window because I can hear birds and they're just really annoying.
And you know what? This is a space where we appreciate birds, but do not like birds.
No, birds can choke for all I care.
All
Okay.
right. Heather, do you want to start us off? Is there a bird book you have first?
Yeah, actually, this one is called The Bird. This is the Joker, the boy who stopped laughing. Issue number 7. This
That's
is
called
just
The
all
Man
about
Who Stopped Laughing. Yeah.
the man, the man, sorry. The bird who stopped laughing. This is issue number 7. This is just following fake Joker, who's still in LA, as he's trying to make his way to the airport, but Manhunter is like constantly taking him down, is like stopping him. And then we find out that the Joker that is in Gotham, who keeps getting like killed,
Yeah.
is actually dead, but he isn't, like he's reanimated, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but Solomon Grundy is the one who keeps like fixing him up so that
Okay.
he can like do what he needs to do. Not fully explained yet. There's just like one page here where he's talking to Solomon Grundy and it just ends with like,
Interesting.
we're dead. So again, not fully explained, but that's pretty much what that is. It's just him trying to get to the airport. And then the second story in back is Joker running for president,
All right.
which was a really funny one because someone keeps trying to kill him. So they keep making clones of him. So every time he goes on stage, the clone gets killed and he's like watching it happen the whole time. And he's like, oh my God, someone really wants me dead.
That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I still really enjoy this story. It's kind of dumb, but like in a really fun way.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes that's all you need, right?
Yeah, it's just a nice, light-hearted read.
All right, plot twist this week. I have no books on my own. I only have books with Heather. So,
Yeah, so you're gonna hear a lot of talking from me for once.
all right,
Okay.
but next together we have The Nasty. So issue number 1. This is about a kid named Thumper who really loves horror films and a little group of friends called the Murder Club. They come together and watch these banned films, and they have gotten their hands on the Holy Grail of
The
banned
Holy
films.
Grail. Yeah.
Uh, uh, I guess again, plot twist. That's my thing today. Uh,
Plot twist.
plot twist. Thumper has an imaginary friend that is a slasher from a movie called Labor Day, and he still has it as like an adult or as a late teen, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
because not an adult yet.
No, it does. Yeah, this is 18-year-old, but it takes place in Scotland from 1982,
Mm.
where you learn about his imaginary friend and like the beginning of his obsession with horror movies. But the present time is 1994 in Scotland, so it's a while ago.
Yeah, I like the colors a lot in this book,
Hmm.
especially like the last page, which I can't really show, I suppose, because it's a
It does give
spoiler.
away quite a bit. Oh yeah, the colors are great there.
Um, just like there's some blues and greens that are just really, really good. I really like the design of the slasher villain. I just I don't really know how I feel about like how the plot was put together to start with, but
Hmm.
I don't know, we'll see as we go.
It is only issue number one, and it didn't like put me off completely. Like I am
Hmm.
still like interested in it. And just so you know, I did look this up just beforehand. Scotland never had. Well, I'm sure there are like certain movies that are banned and stuff within the country, but
Yeah.
not horror movies like this, which is like a main part of their monster club is they're watching movies that were banned in Scotland. So,
I think if you like horror movies, it's a fun little first issue. But
mhm.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
I have Rogan Gambit. This is issue number 2. Um, in the first issue, they were given a task by Destiny to find
Yes.
Manifold.
I,
Manifold.
I think that's right.
I can't remember
Manifold.
which one. I keep getting them mixed up, but it's one or the other. So, they've been tasked with finding him, who has been kidnapped, I guess, by an unknown group who is kidnapping mutants. Um, in this issue, they're obviously still looking for him, but their powers are like still gone from what happened in the first issue.
Hmm.
And like I mentioned last week with your Daredevil issue, the Avengers don't really know how to like mind their own business. So Black Panther ends up finding them and is trying to tell them what they can and cannot do.
Of course, of course.
And it upsets Gambit. And so Gambit, for some reason, tries to fight Black Panther.
That seems really silly,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm glad you laughed at that because I did too. But to be fair, he put up a really good fight. But he did do some shitty thing near the end where he used like an innocent human bystander to distract Black Panther so that him and Rogue could get out.
Good.
Smart and resourceful, but kind of a dick move. But yeah, that's basically all that happens in this one. And then they get back to Krakoa and they're asking Forge for help. It's fine. The art is still like still a little strange. Like the
Yeah.
story is fun. I do enjoy like the characters, obviously, like watching them interact, but the art just I don't know if I
Is
like it.
I say isn't your thing. That's fair.
No, not really. There are
Yeah.
some panels where it looks really cool, like where they look how they're supposed to look, but
Hmm.
then others when it's like done at an angle, it's like Rogue doesn't need to look like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very strange.
Yeah, it was like like some of the noses in that first one, and then like
Hmm.
the bodies were, I guess, voluptuous.
Yeah, like sometimes they're like fine, you know, like it's not bad, but I don't know how well you can see that.
Yeah, I can see it pretty well.
They're like sometimes they're like cool, they look great, and then other times it's like why is that the main focus of her right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange. And for some reason it doesn't bother me when it's Gambit, and it's probably because it's like I don't necessarily care about him being overly sexualized like that, you know, like I just don't care.
Yeah.
But when it's Rogue, I just love Rogue and I don't need her I don't need people to draw her like that. It's just weird and uncomfortable to me.
Uh, I get it. I get it. Um, quickly, I'm gonna be like, hey, this is Immoral X-Men. This is issue number 3. Uh, Heather hasn't grabbed hers yet. I haven't gotten a chance to, I guess, read issue 2 of this yet. I don't know. Eventually, I'll probably catch up. Who knows?
Yeah, one day.
One day, we'll see what happens. Uh, okay, you ready?
Yes.
All right. So next we have I Hate This Place, or as Heather's title book says, Fuck This
Fuck this
Place.
place.
Uh, and this issue, uh, Gertrude's Trudy's family has come, and they have I guess not kidnapped, but they're holding Gabby and Trudy hostage.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, shit goes real wild in this issue. Really
I did.
cute reveal.
Yeah, yeah. I thought like I actually really, really liked this issue, but I think one of my favorite parts about it is the fact that like there's this weird supernatural shit going on that is like terrifying. And Gabby and Trudy are trying to explain to them, like, no, this is bad. And he's like, no, this is a sign from God.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. If you're like that into God, I can see why you would think that.
yeah. Kind of like in Midnight Mass, where they just like thought a vampire was an angel.
Yeah, people are not very smart.
I love the art in this book so much, and I just like, yeah, this issue was a lot of fun. I I felt like the brothers died a little too fast.
Yeah, that did happen really, really quickly, but it was kind of satisfying too, though, for her
Mm-hmm.
because for Trudy, it didn't happen quickly. It's been like
True,
years of like her
true,
life,
true.
but for us, it was quickly. But I was very satisfied for her for that to
Mm-hmm.
happen. I did want to go back to the colors for a minute because I wanted to say that I agree the colors are great, but I specifically love them when like it's nighttime and the ghouls are out.
Yeah, and they
Like
just like glow, so like that weird green color.
yeah.
I just love the way like Trudy's like just like her face and like how she's like built, and
Hmm.
like Gabby's character too. Like both of them just like I really like the way they look. Like their character designs are really good.
They look really strong and sturdy, and I would love to know them.
Yeah, and I just like I don't know, it feels like a horror movie when you're like reading it or looking at it, you
Yeah.
know. It's got that grittiness of like a 70s movie.
This would be a really fucking cool movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if they made like a TV show about it, I'd watch it.
Yeah, it'd be pretty wild.
Okay.
Okay, do you have one
Here.
more?
This is my last one. This is Death Dealer.
Look at
Look
that
at that.
booty. Yeah.
That butt.
If
Um,
Frank Frazetta has no problem sexualizing both men and women.
no, and I love it because it's not he makes them look like buff too. It's not
Hmm.
just like sexy curves and big titties. It's like, no, we're gonna give you like really strong thighs.
You're just gonna have a dump truck ass.
Yep. Anyway, this is Death Dealer. This is issue number 11. This is kind of between story arcs, so it's I have to sneeze. It went away. So it's like a one shot. It does apparently have to do with the story, but I'm not quite sure how yet. It just
Okay.
has a couple characters that are within the main storyline, but they don't show up until the end. So this follows a Norseman who is just like killing people. He has a cursed tongue, so he can like use it to see the future and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he's using it to figure out like where he's supposed to go and shit, and then he ends up
How how
getting.
how how's it work? How's the future tongue work? Does he have to like lick stuff? Does he have to eat stuff?
So it's really hard to tell. I don't know if maybe I just didn't understand it correctly, But here you can kind of see, so he like cuts it out and then he puts it, the fake tongue that he has, or the seer tongue, into the person's mouth who he cut the tongue out of
Okay.
originally,
Okay.
and then that person can like show them.
Okay.
So he's been carrying around this weird cursed tongue in a little side satchel purse thing.
Is it
When he
his tongue?
wants,
Is it his tongue?
no, I don't think it's his. I worded that weird. It's a tongue that
Okay.
is his, that he carries, like he is in possession of it.
Okay. Yes. Sorry. I don't know why all of this is important to me. I
Well, it's
needed to
important
know
to the
more.
story. But
I need
yeah,
to
he,
know more
whenever
about
he
this
wants to
tongue.
like find information and he can't like get it out of someone just by like asking, he cuts their tongue out, puts the seer's tongue in, and then they can tell him like what they know.
Hmm.
So he uses that to like get to where he needs to be. He gets double crossed and killed, and then he ends up meeting up with two of the like witches that are in like the main story of Death Dealer.
Okay.
So that's just his story. We're not quite sure like what he has to do with the main story yet. But
Interesting.
yeah, Death Dealer will be back in the next issue. Can't wait.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah. Sorry, I had a little ginger ale burp there. Uh, this is The Witcher, Ballad of Two Wolves. This is issue number 4. This wraps up the little story arc that we get. Um, like I said to Heather earlier, this ends like I feel like any Witcher story does, where you're like, oh, the story's like funny and like a good time, and then you get to the end and it's like, oh, that was a bummer.
Yeah, that just like upset me a little bit.
uh but yeah, this was a great story. I really enjoyed it.
I do like each of these stories that I've gotten. They're like, 4 issues, but it's such a
Hmm.
complete story every time.
The art in this like story arc was so good.
The
uh
colors on certain panels, like the bluish, purplish tints when it's like
hmm
the flashbacks or whatever that are happening. Yeah, like this one.
yeah, I really like the design of the lady in the woods that they
Mhm.
are like they spend that day with.
Yeah.
That one scene that was in issue number 3, like where her and our man G were like laying in the grass, like looking at each other. It was just, yeah, it was a really solid little story.
I like how I made one mistake one time, and that's now what we call it. Happened
It's
like
funny because
4 years ago.
yeah, because it's like I think the funniest thing is like I very clearly know how to say his name fine now. Like I have played enough Witcher where I feel confident in like saying it, but I kind of refuse to now.
It's still our man G.
Yeah. But yeah, I once again cannot like say enough how much like reading those like Witcher like comics are great for like somebody who's a fan of the series, just because they aren't a lot of commitment. They're usually, I wouldn't say some of them are not fun, but they're like interesting to read.
They're always in character too, which I think is
Hmm.
really like a really cool thing that happens. Because as far as I can remember, Bartosz does like a majority of them.
Yeah.
At least he's done like the last few that we've read. Like there was that, I think like 1 or 2 of them a few years ago that I like, the first ones that I read when we first started
Hmm.
talking about it. I'll have to look and see if that was him. It very well could be. I just don't remember. But even those were like in character.
Yeah, I would say he's definitely been doing it for a while. I can't remember. I think Paul Cornell did the some of the ones that are in like that first Witcher omnibus, if that
Mm-hmm.
sounds right. Um, but I'm not sure, so nobody quote me on that one.
We'll see. We'll figure it out.
All right, so that's it. That's all I gotta say about The Witcher now.
Okay. So next, we have Stillwater. This is issue number 18, and this is the last one. We just get our conclusion on the town of Stillwater and the weird joining of cold water that did not quite work out the way that that kid wanted it to.
Yeah, nothing really worked out how anyone wanted it to.
No.
Um, I think this was a really good wrap up of the story. I do wish that it had come sooner. Not not that like it should have come issues sooner, but I just feel like the time between each issue just made it like I said to you like earlier, just less impactful of an ending.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at these colors again. They're so good.
Yeah. I mean that was like the book, like the art was really great. The story was like interesting to like an extent, but it didn't feel like it was like well enough like built out or thought out, I guess.
I think because the section with like cold water was supposed to be like the big thing that was happening, and it I feel like it should have been brought up like a lot sooner,
Hmm.
because we went through what, two story arcs before this last story arc when it was finally
Yeah.
mentioned about that, which I get why it was done that way, because stuff has been like not good for a long time, and this was just like the final thing that threw it overboard. But
Yeah.
it would have been cool to know about like that beforehand, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what could have made it go faster, or like,
Made it more concise.
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like more like backstory on the town a little earlier would have been helpful. Like some of that like lore stuff that was like kind of told to you a little later, like having it a little bit sooner, even if you weren't given like the full key of like what was going on. I think like maybe having like Clara's story kind of like in the beginning
Yes.
without like 100% of like knowing what happened to her or like
I
how.
agree 100%. I was just thinking that, like, if it had been done within the first story arc, like, that could have even been the first issue, and that would have been, like, cool, because we still wouldn't have, like, known really what was going on until we got Daniel's part of the
Hmm.
story. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, no, I just I enjoyed the story overall. I think I'll maybe at some point, if I ever have time again, I'll go back and read it as a whole because maybe it'll be better that like it'll be like better read that way just because everything will be like all at once versus like
Hmm.
so much time spread apart.
It was a good story. The art
Yeah.
was incredible. The art was, the colors and stuff were really good. It was, yeah, it was a good
Good,
story.
good, good, good.
It was good. Yeah.
Okay, so then next we've got Poison Ivy. This is issue number 11. And this just continues like their mushroom party that they were having.
Hmm.
And Poison Ivy kind of figures out that she can control these people because the mushrooms listen to her, the Limea spores.
Hmm. There was one page, this one.
Yeah, that page is incredible. It
It's
looks
so
so
good.
good.
When I
Yeah,
was
this
reading it earlier, I went, because I couldn't believe how good it looked.
I like the scene where they're like in the ground too. Like
Hmm.
uh yeah, I think things here are kind of getting out of her control a little bit, and I like that.
Yeah, it is. I like how she's going, or at least parts of her are going back to when she was Queen Ivy.
Hmm.
Because I always thought that look was like super cool, super unhinged, but obviously it's not sustainable, so whatever.
I also like how she's having these like remorseful feelings about kind of controlling these people and I don't know, taking advantage of them
Hmm.
in a way. I don't know, it's like the story is just really great.
It is. It's nice to see. I mean, because I guess technically she's considered like a villain,
Hmm.
which I do get to an extent. Like, she's not doing good things at the beginning of the story here. But I
Yeah.
also think it is one of those things where she is very much
And I mean, in the beginning of the story, she's basically trying to destroy like the entire world.
yeah, yeah. but she also realized what she was doing wrong and is trying to do, you know what?
Sure, sure. Yeah, no, I get you. I feel you.
She has feelings.
We've all wanted to just destroy the whole world and have tried to poison it.
Look, I can't even pretend if I had that ability, if I was able to do what Poison Ivy could do in a heartbeat.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't fuck with you. Not at all. Not one bit.
I just
Okay.
think it'd be a lot of fun.
I just think it'd be a lot of fun. It's like the Batman One Bad Day with Ra's al Ghul, but you're Poison Ivy and you're just gonna have to kill Batman so that you can just go ham on some billionaires.
I would love to kill Batman, but what I would love to do more is be in a fight with him and then try to kiss him and see what he did.
What if you
Because how do you think he would react to that? He would be very confused, and then I'd be able to stab him.
Yeah, I guess. I have no arguments there. Like what am I gonna say? Okay, well I guess we could just move on. Like that segues right into our next book,
Yeah,
which is Batman.
this is Batman.
This is 134. Batman's still in a different universe. He's tracked down the Red Mask, who is also Joker. And he gets in a fight with Peace. What's this guy's name?
Ghostmaker. Well,
Ghostmaker.
Ghostmaker normally, but in this world, he's Ghostbreaker.
Yes, he's just filled with venom, filled to the gills with venom.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Just bloated with venom.
Just bloated with venom. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Batman stuff, and then the backstory is Robin trying to, jump multiverses to save Batman. But first he goes on a little detour to see his mom.
But not his mom, another dimension mama.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was really a funny thing. It was like, well, I guess this is like sweet, but also like weird.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I was like, oh, cute, his mom. And then he was like, but it's not really my mom. It's like, oh, that's kind of weird. You're just like stealing someone else's mom.
Just for a second though.
Yeah.
But also like what if his suit like had broken, or like that was the only thing, that was the only chance he had, and he blew it on seeing his mom from a different mom in a different dimension.
His fake mom.
I get it, grief and stuff, but come on.
Yeah, it does weird things to you.
Okay, I guess that's all I got about Batman. You got anything
Okay.
else about Batman?
I have nothing else on Batman.
All right. So then next we have Saga. This is issue 63, and
Not really.
I was gonna say Hazel and Prince Robot, not Prince Robot,
Squire.
Squire Baby Robot are trying to break into a place to get some stuff to bring their dads back to life. And Squire's not gonna stop at anything.
Mm-mm. Squire's a little bit of a badass.
Yeah, just does not give a fuck.
Nope. I love the outfit that he's wearing too. It's just super normal and cute.
Yeah.
And then what is her name?
Whom?
The one who killed Marco. Or got him killed. Gwen. Gwen and Sophie. That's who it is. They're trying to broker some sort of a truce with the robot kingdom by being liars.
Yeah, big old liars. Yeah, I don't know, I just don't. We'll see. I keep reading and it's not like I hate it, but I definitely don't feel the same way about it as I used to.
No, I did like seeing Petrichor again because I love Petrichor.
Yeah, she's a great character. And
Yeah.
I just like I have I'm like having fun with the idea of like what they're doing right now, but also just like you can kind of see how this like backfires.
Yeah. I mean, because it always does. But I'm just like, who's gonna be the one who dies next, you know? That
Hmm.
we're
Hmm.
supposed to like care about, but they just
Yeah, I don't feel like it's done a great job of like building the story like after its like return,
hmm
because it kind of just like went on like everything was like, I guess, no, like they obviously have addressed the things that are going on, but it's just like, all right, here we go, which makes sense. They got to keep going.
hmm
That's the kind of story it is. But
I would, yeah, no, I agree. I do have complaints and stuff, but we've heard them all before. So
I'm saying it doesn't matter.
yeah,
We're reading the book like the
yeah, we're
fools we
still
are.
gonna we're still gonna read it. We're more than halfway done with this. I don't know if I'm able to like quit now with how much time I've like invested, you know?
I get it. I get it
It is a
for
because
sure.
I do enjoy it like to an
Hmm.
extent. I'm curious. I still like a lot of the characters. It's just there are some aspects of it that I'm like it shouldn't have been done that way. I wish it had been done differently, but I love the art.
Yeah, Fiona Staples' art is absolutely great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I don't know. I'm a sucker. They got me.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so last then we have Love Everlasting. This is issue number 6. This is back from a little break, like
hmm
a month or two. And in this, I almost said episode, and this issue, Joan doesn't reset, which is really distressing to her.
Yeah. She tries to do something different in hopes that it'll have, I don't know, a different outcome, and it does not work out the way that she thought it would.
Yeah, I really liked this issue a lot.
I absolutely did too. The scene where she finally talks to him again and he's just like, later,
Yeah.
killed me.
Yeah, I just it's weird because I don't know what I'm trying to figure out while I'm reading this book exactly.
That's fair because at this point it's like what is this story? Like what are we even reading now? Because we know what it is, but I
Kind
feel like
kinda like I think we have like the idea of what it is, and like we have the bones. I think there's that issue where she talks to the psychiatrist where it kind of explains more, but then you're everything about this like has kind of been a lie.
Mhm,
So you don't know like what to trust.
that's true. This is all a lie.
It's just like you have no idea, like you can't trust like like Joan is an unreliable narrator because she has no like kind of recollection of what's going on or how to control, obviously how to control any of this, and we're thrown in like with her like very much in the deep end,
Mhm.
and like it's unraveling, but it's like what the fuck is unraveling.
Yeah, it's all over the place and I do really enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun, but it's yeah, it's confusing at times.
It's just like, oh yeah, I had a great time. And it's just like, but isn't there a point to what I'm reading?
Yeah, because it's just every episode or
Yeah, see?
every issue is just yeah, a restart of what happened the previous one but with someone different. So it just keeps going.
Yeah, well, and in some issues, it's also like in the issue within the issue, like where
Mhm.
it does the resets. Uh, so yeah, great book. A little confusing, but definitely
Fun.
something. I say the art in this is also like
Mhm.
phenomenal. And yeah, this is a good little Tom King book.
And if you do enjoy Elsa Sherrod, I can't say the last name. Charitier,
That sounds
um,
better than I could do, yeah.
the art, then you can join their mini print club on Patreon for like $10 a month, and you get exclusive art delivered to you, which I just discovered after reading this. That's really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really awesome.
So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, good stuff. That's all I got. Do you have anything?
Nope.
All right, so you know the deal. You know
Yes.
the deal. Go support your local comic book shops and buy some comic books. Go to your local library if you can. You can, check out comic books from them as well.
Hmm.
Uh, if you read digitally, I think you can get digital books and audiobooks. Lots of stuff you can get from your local libraries.
Hmm.
Heather, anything?
Free comic book day is in like a month, I think,
Yeah,
like a month
M-
yesterday.
May 6th. Yeah,
May 6th, okay.
so a few
So
days ago.
whatever. Yeah, it's in a month about. So just keep an eye out.
Yeah, in your local comic book shops usually have some sort of deals, but all of the comics are not free. You can't just go in there and take whatever books you want. Uh,
You can
there's like
try, but people are going to stop you.
there is a special selection of comic books that are free. So yes, just to clarify that for
Hmm.
anybody who does not know. But yeah, so thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the flippity flip. What?
I don't know.